They say you should never let anger guide your decisions. But no one tells you what to do when strangers build entire homes on land your father died protecting. Let me start from the beginning. I inherited the property after my dad passed. 200 acres, rolling hills, a private reservoir, and a small, aging dam he'd maintained with his own hands for 30 years. To me, it wasn't just land. It was memory. It was legacy. It was the last place where I could still hear his voice. I didn't visit for almost a year. Grief does that to you. But when I finally drove up one quiet morning, expecting empty fields, I froze, because where there should have been open land, there were 35 brand new houses, neatly lined streets, fresh mailboxes, a big stone sign that read, Riverbend Estates, a private HOA community. I honestly thought I had the wrong address, until I saw my father's dam. Still there, still mine. Now sitting behind their little neighborhood like a loaded weapon. I parked and walked up to the HOA office. The woman inside didn't even look nervous. She smiled and said, "Sir, this is private property. Residents only." I told her calmly, "You're standing on my land." She laughed, actually laughed. Then she slid a printed map across the desk and said, "According to our records, this entire area belongs to the HOA." I went home and pulled the deed, the original survey, the water rights, the easement filings, every single document my father ever saved. And do you know what I discovered? They didn't just build on my land. They ignored it. The developer had assumed the dam was abandoned, assumed no one would notice, assumed wrong. I contacted the HOA board. They sent lawyers. Those lawyers told me I was overreacting, that tearing down 35 homes would be unreasonable, that I should be neighborly about people who poured concrete over my family's history. So I stopped arguing, and I started reading. Because my father taught me something important. If you control the water, you control everything. That dam, legally registered, actively maintained, and still fully under my authority. The reservoir behind it had been filling for years, and according to law, I had every right to release water for maintenance. I gave them notice, certified letters, emails, public filings. They ignored all of it, probably thought I was bluffing. So one quiet morning, before anyone was awake, I drove out to the dam. I stood there, hand on the steel wheel, heart pounding, not angry, just sad, because I knew what was about to happen wasn't revenge. It was consequences. I opened the gates, slow at first, then wider. Water rushed forward like it had been waiting, and downstream, the neighborhood panicked. Basements flooded, lawns disappeared, roads turned into rivers. No one was hurt, but everything they built on stolen ground was soaked in reality. By noon, the HOA president was calling, begging, threatening, crying. By evening, county officials were there. By the end of the week, construction was halted, lawsuits were filed, insurance walked away, and the HOA board quietly resigned. Those houses, most of them were removed. The land was restored. The dam was repaired. And now, it's quiet again. Just water, wind, and the sound of something my father would have appreciated. Justice. So if anyone ever tells you that you're powerless against organizations, money, or people who think they own everything, remember this. Sometimes all you have to do is open the gate.